All right. Well, we are at 5:01 and I want to be respectful of everybody's time. I know that other folks will probably continue to join us as we get rolling here, but I'm Stuart Holt. I'm the president and CEO at Arts Fairfax, and I'm thrilled that all of you have taken some time to meet our great friends, partners and colleagues at the County Arts Committee, and being able to learn a bit more about the work that they do, how it intersects with all of you and your work within our county, and resources and tools that are available to you as you work and make our county a fabulous place to live. So I'm thrilled to turn this over to Lila and Lloyd. But before we do that, two housekeeping rules. This is a webinar, so we encourage you to submit any questions that you might have in the chat or the Q&A box. You can also use the raise hand feature, and we will then go ahead and unmute you and you can ask your question. Although please note, if you choose that function, it may be that it comes at the end of our time together. So I encourage you to use the written opportunity, as Kelly and I will be monitoring that chat and be able to throw those questions in as we are going along. So now that we've got our rules of engagement down, it is a great pleasure to turn this over to Lila Gordon and Lloyd Tucker, who are hosting us this afternoon. Take it away, guys.
Thank you, Stuart. Thanks so much. Lloyd and I are the co-chairs presently for the County Arts Committee. And I'm going to walk you through a little bit about how the County Arts Committee came to be and what it does. And then we're going to take you to the new fabulous Arts Topics webpage on the fairfaxcounty.gov site and take you through some of the exciting features there and talk about some of the upcoming projects and activities that are going on around the county and with Lloyd's agency, Neighborhood and Community Services. And then we're going to hopefully get you all geared up and excited about a survey that is launching this month, the Arts Participation Survey, that we will rely on our arts partners throughout the county to help us push out and really find out more from our audiences, our constituents, what their content expectations are, and critically, how they like to get information about the arts. That's going to be helpful to all of us, I think. And then, of course, we will answer questions. So without any further ado, I'm going to give you a little background on the County Arts Committee. In 2008, the county created a formal performing and visual arts policy for Fairfax County. And that policy lives within the policy guidance document for the comprehensive plan. And the comprehensive plan guidance is really what informs county zoning activity. And that policy was developed because the county was looking into the future and really wanted to develop a perspective around the performing and visual arts that would organize the county's goals and objectives for those areas of engagement with our residents, as well as create some mechanisms for planning and for coordinating arts activities across this huge 400 square mile territory of Fairfax County and all of its diverse opportunities for engagement with the arts. So the County Arts Committee was called for in terms of implementing that performing and visual arts policy. And it's a committee that is comprised of key agency leaders who have a stake in arts activities, whether it's managing arts venues like Reston Community Center and McLean Community Center and some of the other attributes in the Neighborhood and Community Services inventory of facilities, or the Fairfax County Park Authority inventory of facilities, or even the Fairfax County Public Library system. We have representation from Visit Fairfax, and we have representation from the county's planning and development teams, both in their revitalization area and in their direct planning and development project areas. We have representation from the county's Public Information Office, and that's critical when we get to this conversation about the participation and communication survey. The Public Information Office is really spearheading that effort as a function of conversations that occurred in the County Arts Committee. So we bring, and our critical partner, Arts Fairfax, of course, is a part of the County Arts Committee. And collectively, the many participants in the County Arts Committee deliberate on opportunities that are presented, whether through development projects or through the work of these different agencies, or critically through the information that Arts Fairfax receives from the direct constituent services that they deliver through grant programs and engagement with artists and arts organizations. So we have been in existence now since really since 2009-10, and my predecessor, Michael Lieberman, led the committee during its earlier years, and after Michael retired, I was given the opportunity to lead it, and Lloyd has been my co-chair for the last year and a half or so, and we have accomplished a lot, and a great deal of what we've accomplished is actually now available to everyone in the county and lives on the arts topics page of the fairfaxcounty.gov website. So I am going to share my screen, I hope successfully, and start walking you through this fantastic new tool and resource. And I hope if I can get a thumbs up from Kelly that, okay, great. So we have landed on, if you can look up in the web browser, all you have to do is go to fairfaxcounty.gov. And if you go to their search area and just type in arts topics, you'll get a list. And the first thing in that list will be a link to this page of the web, the tens of thousands of web pages in the fairfaxcounty.gov website. So here we are on the arts topics page. And of course, what we are trying to capture on this one landing page are critical links to things that people who are actually producing, presenting, creating, and supporting the arts may want to know. So right here at the beginning is where we're going to end up today with the arts participation survey. But I wanted to briefly walk everybody through the other parts of this page. So you will see here this list of resources, and these are constituent agencies and entities, and critically, how to get to them easily with respect to information about activities, performances, classes, experiences. So this is a quick link library for folks. And then we come down to the two big projects of the County Arts Committee and the Arts Fairfax task forces that have been operating for the last several years to create a master plan for facilities, which began with establishing this performing and visual arts venues map. And now the work that we're engaged with at present in creating a public art master plan for the county, and the same kind of effort that is now occurring for public art that we did at the outset of the facilities master planning endeavors, which is where are the things that we presently have. And so you can find venues throughout, importantly, throughout the entire metropolitan region, because we all know people enjoy the arts. It doesn't matter to them what the actual boundary of their county is. They go where they want to go and they do what they want to do. With respect to public art, we are very interested in public art also throughout the region. And this is a crowdsourced resource. So people who see public art can go and take a picture of the public artwork. The public art locator asks them a few critical questions about what is available on that site to learn or to know about the public artwork. And then that image gets uploaded and it's vetted through Arts Fairfax and then cited on this public art locator map. It's a terrific tool. And as you can see, people have been adding to it since it was launched last year. Then, of course, we have our key county partner for the arts and the advancement of the arts in Fairfax County, which is Arts Fairfax. And what's really important about this part of the webpage and what it links to are all the opportunities that Arts Fairfax advances on behalf of the county for funding through a variety of different grant programs and opportunities for artists and information and education options for artists and arts organizations. And then finally, we have a compendium here of planning efforts that are already underway or have been completed. So you can link to the strategic plan for Fairfax County and the specific theme area that describes the goals and objectives for the arts and culture and recreation. You can take a look at the County Arts Committee's annual report. You can look at Fairfax County Master Arts Plan. This is the facilities plan. Here you will find a link to that policy that's in the comprehensive plan policy. And what's important about this policy is that when a developer or a property owner wants to do something that requires an approval or an exception from Fairfax County, if it involves the arts, it has to connect to and fulfill the goals that are elucidated in this policy for the visual and performing arts and that are described in the master plans that have been accepted, the facilities master plan that's been accepted by the county and what will soon be accepted, we hope, the public art master plan. This Fairfax program, Paint It Fairfax mural program, is a recent development of Fairfax counties that involves underwriting with seed money murals and mural projects throughout revitalization areas in the county and places where there are opportunities to really enrich and enliven the physical space and contribute to creative placemaking throughout the county. The Reston Arts Center feasibility study is a very multi-level study for creating a comprehensive performing and visual arts venue in the Reston Town Center second phase of development. The Workhouse Campus Master Plan is a similar kind of master planning documentation that is in progress at the Workhouse Arts Foundation. And then the original Mount Vernon High School project, which is occurring at that site and will include, when it's complete, a renovated theater complex in addition to a host of accessory spaces where visual arts classes and performing arts classes and other kinds of programs and services can be found by county residents. So it's a very comprehensive page that I think of in terms of the table of contents, if you will. If there's a book about the arts in Fairfax County, this is your table of contents to finding out everything you might want to know about connecting to the arts. And I'm going to ask Lloyd to talk just a little bit about how NCS and the Arts Fairfax Ticket and Arts Education Subsidy Program have been working together and can work together to connect underserved communities or populations with opportunities in attending arts events, performances, or classes.
Thank you, Lila. So I think that the ticket program has been working very well between Arts Fairfax and NCS. We have really been able to take advantage of the program, in particular during our summer months over the last year with a lot of our seniors in our senior centers and programs, being able to provide them with, of course, affordable tickets, folks who are mostly on a fixed income and being able to supplement their ability to attend the events that are being sponsored and put on in the Fairfax County community. We've also had some success working with parents who have children who would like to attend and participate in these programs. So overall, I would say that the partnership and the collaboration that we've been doing with them has been a success so far, and we look forward to more success in the future.
Awesome. It is really, and it's a very easy grant program to intersect with if you're an arts organization. Very simple, straightforward process of simply making that connection with NCS or another county agency or a nonprofit entity serving underserved communities or residents, and describing the ticket price or the class price and the number of seats you can fill with those folks, and boom, the grant will subsidize those attendees or those participants. And so finally, I want to take a minute to show people the Arts Participation Survey and talk about how we hope you can help us advance this participation survey. So this is a survey that is going to ask people taking it to talk to us about their expectations for content, what kinds of shows or events or exhibits or programs they want to participate in, and then critically, what kind of information resources they use to find out about those opportunities. Because I think for most of us who operate arts venues or who are trying to provide opportunities for folks to engage with the arts, the biggest hurdle to get over is really getting that information out to the people who will want to participate. And so we hope to learn more about how people make those decisions and what makes them interested in something, and then what kinds of content they're interested in. We will be also sending out to the community arts organizations that are constituents of Arts Fairfax message language to use in pushing out the survey link, and a QR code that will take people directly to the survey. So if you take a look here, this is the survey itself. These are the kinds of questions that you're going to see. It's a very straightforward process. There's arts and culture content, decision-making questions, marketing questions, and some open-ended questions. And then there's also an opportunity to get some demographic information at the end of the survey. So it's a very straightforward, easy to take survey, and what we hope people will do is put the QR code into their here's, I hope you can see can you see the email message here? So here is the QR code that we'll be sending out to arts organizations.
Lila?
Yeah.
I'm going to interrupt just for a second. We don't see a QR code right now. We're still looking at the website.
Oh,
so if
okay.
it's a
So
separate window, you might have to reshare.
I'm going to reshare here. Sorry, I always forget that it's not a, there's a thing you have to do. So here, I hope you see the QR code, and this will be sent to you with messaging, and it will then be something you can put into your programs, or even one of the ways that I have talked to our folks about sharing that QR code is to put it on a little display sign in the lobby of the theater during performance. So that's really what we wanted to introduce to you today. And I'm going to bring back the county website in case there are things on this webpage that people want to ask questions about. And then I'm going to stop talking so we have plenty of time to respond to your questions. I know that's a whole lot of information to unload on everybody, so I'm looking forward to getting some questions that will help us focus in on things that are of interest to some of you. So let's see.
And while we're doing that, I'll just mention to everybody, I put 2 links in the chat. When Lloyd was talking about the ticket and participation subsidy grant, I did put the link to our website that has more information about that. And then Lila, I also put the link to the page that you're showing now.
Perfect.
So people can look at that on their own or save it for later too.
Fantastic. So, I noticed when I'm gonna take a look at the participants here, and I see a lot of folks who are actually members of the County Arts Committee or Arts Fairfax constituents. But another thing I want to mention that is going on is that in pursuit of the county's arts and culture goals, district offices of each of our various members of the Board of Supervisors have launched a variety of very local activities. So for example, in the Mason District, there is now a new Arts Advisory Committee, and I see that James Albright is in our webinar attendees list, and he has been working to assemble that committee, and what they have done is take a look at the master plan for facilities and the related efforts on the county's part to invigorate and connect people to the arts in the county. And they have now identified their local priorities in that district for the kinds of arts venues they want to see developed there, as well as the kinds of arts activities that they want to foster and incubate and launch in their various neighborhoods and communities. Similarly, Arts Fairfax has done some programs with Supervisor Palchik in the Providence District, and had, I think, Stuart, a roundtable with Dahlia's constituents recently.
Yeah. We had close to 50 constituents from a variety of arts organizations, civic partners, individual artists gather together to envision what might be necessary for the arts to thrive and grow within the Providence district. So it's an opportunity for us to develop sort of a template that we have proposed to every district within the county as a way to bring people together for conversation and community, and to celebrate both success, but also try to find a path forward from shared challenges.
Right, excellent. And I know that the county's revitalization department, Liz Haig and her team have been working in Lake Anne in the Reston area with developing new opportunities for that geographic neighborhood to advance and thrive, but that also incorporate and include arts and culture features. And so there are lots of opportunities. Certainly Supervisor Stork's office and the engagement that they have promoted with both with the Workhouse Arts Foundation and with the original Mount Vernon Theater renovation project at the original Mount Vernon High School property. So these are great opportunities to be engaged with in terms of the different district offices and the activities that are radiating out from them that connect to the arts venue development options and other kinds of things. I see Emily has a question here. Will results from the various districts' efforts be posted on this page? Yes, is the short answer. When they have a completely developed plan or product that they want elevated to this page, it will come up on this page. And they will also probably be located as well on the individual district supervisors pages. And the individual district supervisors also use their weekly newsletters to push out specific information about things like the Arts Advisory Committee in Mason District, or the roundtable that Stuart was talking about that Arts Fairfax held in the Providence District. So those are all places that will be good connector locations for people who are interested in finding out what's going on close to them. Let's see. Skip has a question here. We've discussed what's being done to advance visual and performing arts. Is anything being discussed to advance arts education in the county. Yes is the short answer to that, Skip. And specifically with respect to some of the resources that are available through this page, arts education is a key part of things that are done by Reston Community Center, McLean Community Center, the Workhouse Arts Center. The FCPS Fine and Performing Arts link takes you to that landscape in the public school arena. So arts education is a critical layer of what arts goals and objectives are for the county. And they are housed in each of these different arenas or different landscapes in terms of information that's available on the web. And then vitally, a lot of what Arts Fairfax does in terms of grant programs advances, particularly in the project grant program, advances arts education experiences and arts education opportunities. So I would say that for people who are interested in finding out about the arts or a specific arts concern, I would say you can start in one of two places. You can start here at the County Arts Topics page, or you can start at artsfairfax.org, and either location should take you to many of the same places. And our hope is that as people engage with the Arts Participation Survey and we learn more and more about how our residents are seeking information, that we will be able to effectively and efficiently push that information out to them and get folks in the habit of consulting the Arts Fairfax calendar page of their website, and or coming to the Arts Topics page if they're looking for someplace, a venue, or be remembering that, oh, here's where I can visit the venues map. And I'm gonna stop share and see if I can share and show you so here is the venues map, and it tells you about what's available on this map here. And then all you have to do to get to the map is just click, and then boom, here you are. And there's a list of all the different venues that if you're looking for a space to create or to exhibit, this is a good way to find out what's near you. You can add a bunch of different layers to this. You can get the key. This is what we have developed to tell you the difference between a park setting for the arts, a school with a theater, or a primary venue, and that can be either a performing arts or visual arts venue. So here's the information when you click on the venue, and there are all these different kinds of questions that can be answered when you click on that venue, and then right embedded within that information box is a link to the venue in question. So it's a very, very useful tool for those of you who are seeking opportunities either to go somewhere or to rent somewhere or to exhibit somewhere or to find out more about what's available in terms of arts classes, experiences. It's all right there on the venues map.
Lila, while you're on that page, we have a question from Morgan Shotwell, who's asking, how do you submit a venue to be listed on the map?
So the easiest way to do that is to email me or Lloyd, and our email addresses are lila.gordon@fairfaxcounty.gov or lloyd.tucker@fairfaxcounty.gov. And then we have an administrator for this page who has GIS permission to edit the page. And we will push that information forward to that administrator. And then if there are missing pieces of information, we'll get back to whoever suggested it to us and find out what those missing pieces are before we add it to the venues map.
Great. There's another question in the chat from Emily Rodabush about how long are you going to collect the data from the participation survey, or will it be ongoing, and how will the results be reported?
So the answer to the first question is we want to go all the way through the current art season through the end of June. So we'll be collecting data over the course of months. This is not just throw it out there and leave it up for a month and take it down. We want to get as much participation as possible. And then once the survey information is compiled, all of that data will get posted on this Arts Topics webpage for anybody to visit and learn from. It will be shared publicly, and the data will be compiled by the Public Information Office of Fairfax County Government. So it has very powerful back-end data collection tools, and we'll be able to sort and cross-reference data. And one of the questions that's asked in the survey is for if people are willing to provide their cross streets at the end of the survey, so that we can find out geographically how to connect the content expectations that are provided through the content questions and the information questions with the actual geography of where those audiences are.
Great. There's another question from Joanna Ormasher about, as arts venues, are we able to add this to our own websites to get the message out further, or is it going to stay in-house for now?
So if you're talking about adding this link to your websites, you definitely can do that. The easiest way to do that is just to go to the Arts Topics page, and then to come to this page through the Arts Topics page, and then copy and paste the link and edit the link. If you're talking about, I'm not sure if that was the actual question Joanne was asking. So maybe if you want to unmute Joanne so she can clarify, or is it the Arts Topics page that she's looking to share? I'm not sure.
Ellie,
Hi,
I'll
Lila.
let-
Hey,
Okay.
Joanna.
Hi, how are you, Lila?
I'm great.
Good. I'm on my phone, so please forgive me. No, I just think what a great tool, what a fabulous tool this is. It's what I would love is for people to be able to see and be amazed by all the performing and visual arts venues that we have in the area. And then they can sort of, it could be one of my artists suddenly sees it and say, well, hang on, I could be exhibiting, well, I don't know, anywhere within the region. And I think what I'm trying to do is not go through topics, but just to be able to see that map and understand the depth and the breadth of what we've got here on offer.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I know you, so all you have to do is go to the Arts Topics page.
Yeah.
Click on the map, copy the link, and post it to any place you want to post it. It's a publicly
Brilliant.
available tool, and absolutely, yes.
Oh, Lila, that's brilliant. Are you still in situ down the road from me, or are you somewhere else now?
No, I'm still at Reston Communities.
Okay, I only because if I have an issue, I'll come herring down the road to you then. It's but if this is, oh, congratulations, well done, everyone. It's a lovely, it's something we've been really sadly missing in the area, I think. So well done.
Great. Well, thank you,
Thanks.
Joanna.
Thank you, Lila. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Absolutely.
Lila, that sort of cues up a sort of clarification question that James Albright threw in the chat about, we know that Arts Fairfax serves as a member of the County Arts Committee, but can you sort of unpack a little bit about how we're similar or how we're different and those roles to clarify for folks?
Sure. So I'm going to stop sharing this map. So critically, Arts Fairfax is what is called the Local Arts Area Agency for Fairfax County government. And what that really translates to is that Fairfax County government entrusts Arts Fairfax to advance its goals and objectives vitally through grant programs. So funding is provided directly from Fairfax County government to Arts Fairfax, and then it is Arts Fairfax expertise and staff and program areas that package those funds into a variety of different grant programs that then arts constituents, 501c3 organizations, can take advantage of. And also one of the other services that Arts Fairfax provides beyond just the grant programs, Arts Fairfax is the county's arts connector. And by that, I mean that the relationship of individual artists or individual arts organizations to the county is managed through Arts Fairfax seat at the County Arts Committee, as well as its relationships with our political leadership and our agency leadership. So something like the Providence Roundtable that Stuart was talking about earlier, or with respect to Supervisor Jimenez's Arts Advisory Committee. Those are the opportunities that the county looks to Arts Fairfax to help get off the ground, to help inform, to help provide resources for, or expertise, consultation. With respect to what James is doing in Mason District, one of the big things they're trying to organize is a major arts festival kind of event. And so once those organizing efforts have solidified and there's something to promote, it's through Arts Fairfax and through the County Arts Committee that we can push that information out and share resourcing for putting audiences at that event, or for bringing potential participants to the event, or to look at what kinds of funding opportunities might exist that would support that kind of event through different partner agencies in the County Arts Committee, for example. So I hope that's helpful. Stuart, would you add anything to that about the Arts Fairfax role?
No, I think that really sums up that we are the connector, if you will, for arts and arts organizations, and really serve as a boots on the ground, if you will, of knowing what is happening within that landscape, and being able to be that first line of defense, if you will, or that first resource to call, that then we're able to spin through our Rolodex and say, oh, you need to be connected with X, Y, and Z, or you should call these folks. My staff will tell you, I take every call. So it's an opportunity for us to think about how do we serve all of you, and how do we connect folks together in the best possible way. And that, I think, is the joy of having these two entities that we serve on the committee, but we also serve in our capacity in the work that we do.
Right. And so, like, a great example of this, in not necessarily in the events arena or the performing arts arena, but for a call for art that might be something that a local district office is seeking for a public art project with respect to a new building, or with connections to the murals program, or even just a standalone project that I'm working on with various partners in the county to create a remembrance and reflection park site that incorporates public art to kind of make it a real destination location. And the call for artists is managed through Arts Fairfax, because they have the technical infrastructure and the reach, critically, the reach directly into that community of artists that will help connect the opportunity that the county wants to make available to the people who can make the art. And in that vein, I think you're still doing the artist survey, right?
We
is
are.
looking.
Yep. So we are currently also running our own art survey. It's 3 minutes. It's a little bit shorter than the county survey of 5 to 8 minutes, but it is dedicated specifically to individual artists and what are their needs and what do they need to be successful in their art making, but also be successful as an artist within Fairfax County. That survey is going to stay active through the end of December, and the data that we collect from that will not only inform work that Arts Fairfax does, but also inform work that we partner with the committee and also with specifically with Lloyd and NCS about, is there an opportunity for more collaboration, more use of space, more partnering that could happen across other county agencies to serve the artists, but also serve the community. So if you are an artist on this call or you are connected with artists, we encourage you to fill out that survey. I know that Kelly is busily typing right now, and she will throw that into the chat for you to take advantage of. But again, it will be open through December. So I encourage you to take advantage of that.
Awesome. And I just noticed over here in the chat, good heads up on the high school, Justice High School name, and we'll take care of that, relabeling that venue. And thank you, Kelly, for putting the artist survey there in the chat. Thank you, Kathy Bowles, for that compliment about the presentation. We love compliments, but I think what's, this illustrates the challenge, the core key challenge of connecting people to information. And the more that we become aware of the resources that are available on the Arts Fairfax website, the resources that are available on the arts topic page of the fairfaxcounty.gov website, that's we all live in the internet nowadays. And I think while it's not the end point, none of us are, I personally am not yet interested in going to performances on the web anymore. I had plenty of that during COVID. Thank you very much. But that's the town crier now, if you will, for how we learn things. And I think to the degree that we can collectively push out those two website landing spots and the wealth of information that are available in both locations, will make it easier. And then, of course, with this survey, we'll find out, what are the secret hidden fountains of marketing information that we're missing because we just don't know about them. So yeah,
And look at that beautiful setup about a town crier that you can learn all the events that are happening. It's just appeared in the chat. The Arts Fairfax events calendar. You can take a click on that. And if you're not already putting your events that you are hosting or offering to our community into that calendar, I encourage you to do so. It is a beautiful opportunity to promote out. We pull that information from that events calendar into our bi-weekly newsletter that gets blasted out. We use it in our social media promotion and amplification. So I encourage you to not be left behind with a virtual town crier that can come directly from Arts Fairfax. Both of those links are there if you want to submit to the arts calendar or if you want to sign up for our newsletter.
Absolutely. And they're really well put together, and they are very scrupulous at Arts Fairfax about rotating. They don't dwell on any one organization or any one kind of art. They're really, I love reading them because they just remind me how huge this county is and how much is going on in Fairfax County every day, practically every hour of every day for people to do. And, people, in terms of their responses when the county was putting the strategic plan together, it was a constant kind of finding that people want to engage with and encounter the arts and culture near where they live. They want the arts and they want creativity centered in their lives. And the challenge ahead for us is making that easy, putting the connective tissue between that desire and all the wealth of resources that are in Fairfax County that can fulfill that desire. And then, at the end of the day, if we are doing that effectively and we find out there are things that are missing, content that no one's delivering, then we have a way and a process and a collective avenue for talking about that content expectation and developing that content, or developing that venue, or developing that art gallery, or what have you, depending on what it is that people identify that they want and need.
Well,
So
thank you for that. I want to put in a last call for questions. If you've got any, please sort of throw those into the chat. But I know that we are so very thankful to each and every one of you for taking time out of your day to learn a bit more about the County Arts Committee and the great work that they do and the resources that are available. I couldn't agree more with Lila's comment of it's just about sharing all of these resources and letting folks know that they exist, because they're there and they can answer a lot of questions, but you also have human beings behind those resources. So don't be afraid to send that email or place that phone call and ask a question. This webinar is being recorded, and so the recording will be made available via the Arts Fairfax website. And I know that we'll follow up with an email letting you know when that's available and where it's located. We'll probably also include another plug for these surveys and calendars for you to be able to take advantage of. But we appreciate each and every one of you and the work that you do to make this county an amazing place to live, work, and play in. It is, as somebody who is new to the county, it is glorious to be in a place that has this much activity and this much excitement and enthusiasm for the arts. So I'd love to thank Lila and Lloyd for spearheading today's webinar and guiding us through these resources and being a resource for all of us. And thank you, everybody, for your kind words that are coming in the chat. We always love and appreciate that. But then a final shout out to my team at Arts Fairfax for continuing to be a driver for change within our county and promoting and celebrating the arts. Now, there's no other questions. I'll leave you with one final thing. Our tagline at Arts Fairfax is stay curious, stay local. So all of these resources that you have, I hope have piqued your curiosity and will also encourage you to stay local to satiate that curiosity. So thank you so much, everybody. A pleasure to have you here today. It doesn't look like there's any other questions. So we're going to leave and give you 10 minutes back on the clock. So thank you so much, everybody, and have a great rest of your week.